Stephen Hann from Archery Supplies, and today I'm going to look at the Cartel Triple Scope. This is one of the most popular scopes that we sell. It's aimed at the beginner market with a price tag of around $50. What makes this scope so popular is price, because beginners getting into the sport are generally on a tight budget, and this basically is towards the least cost scope on the market. So I'm just pulling it out of the case. Now it's a metal housing that you see there. It's got a nice bubble. So there, we just float the bubble. It's a nice bubble. Now the bubble doesn't allow you to adjust the angle of the scope of the bubble. So you've got to, if you're doing the third axis adjustment, you'll need to do that via the sight. But basically it's a fixed bubble. It's a nice bubble to see the center. I'm just going to move that up there. It's got a drilled lens for a dot in the center, and it comes with this little screw on the side, which is used for locking the scope onto the sight. Metal housing. The front here is detachable, so you can take the lens out to clean or to replace the lens. It's a very solid scope. I have one of these on my bows. Now when it comes to scopes, you've got a couple of things. Now the little dot in the center, you can obviously stick on the transfer kits like those from Specialty Archery, which has got different sized dots. I do like the drilled lens because I was shooting in a tournament once when I was younger. It was a state championship, and I was shooting in the rain, and my dot actually slid off the center of the scope, which made it really hard for me to shoot. I think I still won, but that's why I like drilled lenses, for that reason. At $50, now the clarity of a lens, when you're looking at a scope, if you hold up the lens to the target you want to see, it should appear out of focus. If you put your hand up to your face and create a small hole, the lens will come into focus. The smaller the hole, the more in focus the lens will be. So that's basically a peep sight. So your peep sight on the back, the smaller it is, the more clarity you'll have on the scope. Now as the scope power increases, your peep size will need to decrease, or you'll need to go to a clarifier peep. Generally 4 times, which is 0.5, you'll be fine without a clarifier peep, and that's the most popular size sold. 6 times, which is 0.75, you'll need a clarifier lens of some stage to actually clear this up. So 0.5. Now as you move the scope away from the bow, the power increases. As you move the scope into the bow, the power decreases. So even though you're getting a 0.5 scope and you go, well, that's a 4 times, it's not quite correct, because as the scope moves away, the power is increasing. As it moves in, the power decreases. Now when choosing a scope, this is a fairly standard size. You can actually go for different size bodies, not in this type of scope, but you can, and you generally match the size of your peep to the size of the body. This is a pretty standard size scope. I'm going to do videos on all the other scopes, so you can see the differences. The lens I find quite clear. It's not a bad quality lens. As you spend more money, the lenses become better. They have more coatings on them. But for $50, the Cartel scope, I think, is quite a nice little scope, and it shoots, it'll do everything you need it to do. And basically you're not going to pick up a lot more by more expensive scopes. So I'm Stephen Hann from Archery Supplies. That's the Cartel Triple Scope. Comes in all the different powers. That's 1.25, which is huge. And generally for indoor, you generally shoot higher power, and outdoor light, smaller power, 3D smaller power. But I'm Stephen Hann from Archery Supplies. That's the Cartel Triple Scope. Thank you. Bye.